Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to continue our modifications on the Turbo S. So we're going to do air filters, some BMC air filters. So we're going to walk around to the front. And in the front we actually have the tool to remove the wheel nut, the wheel lock, all right, or the wheel nut. So on the Turbo S's, it's the center wheel lock. So with that, there's a special tool. So I'm going to show you where it's located in the front here. So if we come over this side, right here, remove this cover panel here, place it right here. And then here's the actual tool here. Move this inflator out of the way. You could press this down here as well. Here's the actual tool. Slide it out. There we go. This is how it looks. So we're going to put this down as well. And then we should also have a little tool in here to remove the center cap on the wheel lock. And it's kind of hard to see, but it's right here. So this is a little tool here, and this is how it looks. So with this tool, what you do is come in here, you're gonna insert this here. And then once you do that, you could pop it out. Very simple. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some painter's tape around here because I'm gonna try not to scratch the paint off this cover here, this cap. Just a tip for y'all. Instead of using a tool, you could also use a flat point screwdriver with a painter's tape, and I'll show you why. Because the tool that comes with the car, if it doesn't get deep down in there, then you end up damaging the cap, right? Because when it just hits the top edge here, when you're trying to remove it, so you want it to go all the way down. So whatever is easier for you. For some folks, they prefer using a longer tool. Now we got our little tape on here, so I'm going to insert it here. Gotta get it in there some more. I'm gonna use my two hands, so I'm gonna get this tool in here. This is how it looks coming out. So let's pry it off. All right. As you can see, it's just a simple rubber seal here that keeps it in. That's how it looks on the inside. Now that we've removed the cover, now we could put this in here like this. And it just snaps right in like that. And then what you need is a big breaker bar that I purchased. So here, I got this actually from Harbor Freight. Big, long breaker bar, and that's what we're gonna use to loosen. Then you need a big torque wrench as well, because there's 440 foot-pound of torque to torque this back on, so I have that tool as well. So the reason we need to take the wheel off is because the liner here in the back, that's where the air filter sits behind here. And to get this plastic liner off, we need to take the wheel off. So let's get the wheel off, and then we could start working on removing the factory air filter. The other tool I have here is to put on the jack. So this slides into the car under the frame rail, and then from there, this side sits on the jack. So this way you're not damaging the car to get it up in the air. So let's get this in. That's how it looks when it's inserted. So now we could put the jack, slide the jack under there. All right, now we're gonna gently go up with the jack. While we do that, let's take a look around in the garage. We've got S2000 up top, the Supra at the bottom. So the Supra, earlier I just kind of wiped the interior a little bit. So the leather seats, clean them up. Steering wheel as well, the shifter, the handbrake, all that is all cleaned up. Just getting it ready for the driving season. I did do a brake fluid flush and also a clutch flush as well. So you can see the fluid there is very clean in the master cylinder, and actually both the clutch and the brake master cylinder. So the fluid there is very clean. All right, so this car is ready for the driving season. I'll do an oil change on it as well. And then this car, I did a brake fluid flush on it. I need to do a clutch fluid flush on this as well, and an engine oil change. So quite a few oil changes to do, even the Turbo S as well. I'll do a video changing the oil. I do have my funnel here, so pretty simple on the lift. I could change the oil pretty quickly. All right, let's get back into getting this car up in the air. So I'm gonna stop it maybe here, and then now I'm gonna use the tool to start trying to back off this nut. Another tip while you're trying to remove your center locks, ensure the wheel is completely off the ground, and then you loosen the nut, and that's the instruction that Porsche gave. Now that the lock is loosened, I jack the car up where it is a little gap underneath. And the reason a little gap from the floor is so when I take off the rim, the wheel, it doesn't damage the ceramic rotor. But I do have an insert tool to keep the wheel in place. I'll use that as well. But that's one trick. If you don't have the tool, just keep the wheel very close to the ground, just a little bit off. So when you take it off, the weight of the wheel, you're not going to hit the rotor. All right. So once you have it loosened like this, I'm going to show you guys. Pretty simple. See, it's moving, it's loosened. Now I'm just going to use my hands to loosen. Now I can just use my hand and it rotates out. This is how it looks when you remove it. Here, the silver grease is a paste just to make sure it doesn't seize up. So I do have some paste that I did buy because we're going to need to re-lube this when we put it back on. All right, let's get the tool to insert here so we could remove the wheels without damaging the correct ceramic rotors. So here's the tool I'm referring to. You can see right here, you just screw it in. So now when we take the wheel off, this will prevent it from going up or down too much. And the rotors are safe. That's the key thing. Each rotor is 10 grand, so good insurance to have. All right, this is how it looks under the car. Pretty clean. This car doesn't have much miles on it, so it's very clean under here. All right, so these, you'll get the, these are Torx, so you'll remove these. And then you have this nut here. You remove that, and that's how you get to this. I might buy the turbo inlet hose here as well. Not sure. See how it, just from factory here, it looks very, crushed. But it's not crushed, right? It's just the design of it. So they have some upgraded hose that could give you a better flow. So I definitely might do that as well. You take the fender liner off here. The tricky part is taking the air duct off. There's a lot of videos online where it's the regular Carrera. It's not the Turbo S or GT3 RS that has the scoop here. So how you do it is there's a T30 bolt there. You release it there. And then there is this plastic clip in the back. Let me see if I could get the camera in there for you. Right there. So you push this up to release. And then now you could gently slide it out. Once you pull it, release the bottom clip, it slides out. This is how it looks. And that's the clip I was telling you about at the bottom. There's going to be debris in here, so just make sure you get out the debris. The debris is trapped at the bottom here, so you just shake it out. There are these T20 bolts here, and the air filter here. Take them out. One is here, took it out. The other one goes down here, that hole. You take out both. Then you have these tabs here. Slide it back. Slide it back. It releases it. Now we can slide it out gently. See how bad it looks. All right, this is very clean because the dealer just did it, but we're gonna throw in some BMC filters. The OEM air filter fills the entire casing, but the BMC filters are much skinnier. As you can see, the BMC filter is a lot thinner than the OEM, so you're gonna get a lot more airflow. All right, let's get it installed. We have it here. Typically the OEM filter fills it up, but look at that. This is one of the reasons why with the BMC air filter, you get a lot more turbo induction noise. You can see the BMC filter is much thinner than OEM. OEM fills up the whole cartridge here, but inside here is all cleaned up. We have inside here all cleaned up. Now we could slide this in. All right, so I'll secure it in. Let's get the 2 bolts in here and continue the process. The driver's side is completed. Now we're on the passenger side where we're going to repeat the same steps. We're going to pull off the liner. To change the air filter, we got to remove the splash guard here. So it's 5 T20 bolts. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 underneath that you can't really see. So right under here. And this 10mm nut. Once you pull those off, we'll get this splash guard off. So I kind of had pre-loosened these a little bit. So for example here, you can just screw it out. All right, so let's get them off. 10mm nut right here. When removing the splash guard, once you have everything loosened, you have this little tab right here, pull down. All right, so here, once you have the splash guard removed, this is the filter to slide it off. But we gotta remove this intake here. So there's a bolt right here. T30. Remove that, and then we could get rid of the intake. All right. Now we have loosened it here. So now there's a clip down here. Now we have the air duct removed. Now we have access to the box for the air filter. So we have these 2 T25. So let's take them off, and then from there we could release these 2 clips and hold here and slide out. All right, now we have the 2 T25s removed. These tabs here, just unclip, unclip. They're good. Now we can hold here and slide out gently. Now these were just changed by the dealership, so they're clean. But we're gonna put in some BMC air filters. So you see the OEM fills it up this completely from top to bottom. You're gonna see how much thinner the BMCs are, so they'll flow better. Now we have the BMC filter installed here. You can see the big difference. It doesn't fill it up, it's much thinner, so you should get a lot better airflow. So let's slide this in. Okay. And we'll snap the clips back in. There we go. Nice and sealed properly. Let's put the 2 T25s back. Before we reinstall the air duct, there's a lot of like rocks that get kicked up in here. So we're gonna bring this outside and shake it out. All right, you can see if you zoom in, but there's a couple stones in this. So let's try to shake it out. Now we're gonna put on back the wheel. What I did was I removed the old paste in here, and from there put in some new paste, some fresh paste. So I just have this little brush here, and I just painted it on here. For reference, this is the paste that I used, and I bought it online. I'm just gonna use a paper towel here and remove the old paste. Now we have it all cleaned up. Got a little paste here. I'm gonna just spread it evenly around. This is how it looks. Just apply it evenly, not too much. Then we're gonna move on to the hub on the car. All right, on the hub of the car, I'm gonna put just a little here around. So I'm just go like this. Nice thin layer around. That's how it looks. Just a nice thin layer. Now we can get the wheel back on. Now that we have the wheel back on, we can screw this out. Threads in here as well. I'm gonna clean that off a little bit and put a little grease on it. All right. Now we got the threads lubed up. We could put the nut back in. So we insert, and we go clockwise with it. And a good thing, it tells you here which way to loosen and which way to tighten. It gives you the direction to go, so that's good. Now that I have it tightened down, I'm going to get the torque wrench, and we're going to go to 440 foot-pounds of torque, and then we're going to back it off quarterly. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Got our tool set to 440. The key thing is, per Porsche instructions, you need to keep the wheel suspended off the ground in the air and then torque it to 440. So just a reminder. Now it's torqued to 440. I'm going to try to move this a quarter turn up. So I moved it about a quarter turn and then retorqued to 440. Now that we have it all torqued down, this is a center lock-in device. It's very important. Sometimes it gets stuck pushed in. Very important for it to be out. This is a safety device. So potentially, if this is not out all the way, if for whatever reason this nut starts to back off, the safety of the device won't be in place to prevent that. So this has to be all the way out. So just put your finger in here and just make sure it's all the way out. Now we have everything buttoned up back on the car. Wheel is on. The center cap there is back on as well. So we're going to continue with the journey on this car. So the next phase of this car, stay tuned. Maybe potentially a tune, we'll see. But I think that's how we're going to definitely get to the 1,000 horsepower. So in terms of tune, there are different platforms out there or different tuning softwares you could use. So we'll see which one I end up choosing. But the main thing is you just want to make sure you do a safe, reliable tune. I tune my cars myself. So like those are the two cars there I tuned. This car, however, I don't have the software to tune it. So I'm going to need a pro tune done on this car to get it to the 1,000 wheel horsepower or 1,000 horsepower. But in here is clean, nice and clean. Once again, very low miles car, but it's going to be very fun. Right now, the car is very dull compared to the other cars, meaning it's very numb. So when you drive and you hit the gas, yes, it's fast, but unfortunately, it's not fast enough for me. Moving on over to the other cars, like this car here, it's over 1,000 horsepower. This car, it slides, it moves. Got the R888s in the back. And the size, I forgot the size on these tires, but it's 315 in the back. The motor I had taken out of this car myself. It was a fun project. Did the brakes on this car myself as well. Installed everything. This car even has rolling anti-lag. To be honest, I don't use it. It's very rough on the engine, on the bearings. So I don't use it, but it's there if needed. This car up here, my friend built this car, but this car has 1,000 horsepower as well. But yeah, I'll continue vlogging for you guys. Let me know in the comment section what you want to see, but stay tuned. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Take care.